home, so there's really a lot of territory to comb through. Now, we also heard from the FBI Director Kash Patel, who struck a relatively optimistic tone about the progress of this investigation. I want you to hear what he had to say.
We have made substantial progress in these last 36, 48 hours thanks to the technical capabilities of the FBI and our partnerships. And I do believe we are looking at people who, as we say, are persons of interest. But as you know, with any investigation, you are a person of interest until you're either eliminated or you're actually found to be the culprit or the.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm Cheryl, and this is True Crime and Other Stuff. Thanks for being here. My goal is to bring you well-informed information and discussions on topics like true crime, the missing, current events, or anything I find interesting or important. Today, we're not just talking about a missing woman. We're talking about a distraction. We're stepping into the twilight zone of timing, where the headlines might be acting as a shield for something much bigger.
Reported, the DOJ indicated that there is no central Jeffrey Epstein client list that he had prepared. There's no little black book for people who knew about or participated in criminal activity and that he kept as a form of blackmail. This is not surprising. I never thought that there was anything like this. There's no evidence of that. There is an address book that we've talked about here on Sidebar before. It's not the same thing. And to be clear, I'm going to say this over and over again, just because someone is mentioned in the files or mentioned.
Before we get into the boots on the ground updates in Tucson, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, or rather the 3 million elephants. On January 30th, 2026, the Department of Justice dropped a massive bomb. 3.5 million pages of Jeffrey Epstein files. We're talking 2,000 videos, 180,000 images, and names that have sent shockwaves through DC and Hollywood. This was supposed to be the biggest news cycle of the decade. But then, less than 48 hours later, Nancy Guthrie, the mother of one of the most powerful anchors in mainstream media, vanishes from her home. Is it a tragedy? Absolutely. But is it also a convenient pivot? Think about it. While independent researchers were starting to dig into those 3 million pages, the mainstream media machine pulled a hard right turn. Suddenly, every screen in America wasn't showing flight logs or court transcripts. It was showing a doorbell camera in Arizona. The Guthrie spectacle has effectively sucked the oxygen out of the Epstein revelation. We have to look at the players. Savannah Guthrie's husband, Michael Feldman, is a major D.C. consultant and was a senior advisor to the Clinton-Gore administration. While the fact-checkers say there's no link, the optics are intense. In the media, is the media protecting one of their own by flooding the zone with Guthrie updates to drown the Epstein names? They want you to worry about the $100,000 reward, or $200,000 reward it is now, in Arizona, so you don't notice the billionaires, the politicians being named in the DOJ dump. They aren't just reporting the news, they're managing your attention. We're seeing a literal algorithm of distraction. While 18,000 tips have flooded the FBI for Nancy, how many people are actually being assigned to follow up on the new Epstein leads? They are shoving this case down our throats 24/7 to make sure you're looking at a backpack found in the desert instead of the names found in the DOJ repository. They want you emotional so you stop being analytical. So I have to ask, is this an investigation or is it a blackout? As of late, February of 2026, the verdict from our community is that the official narrative has holes you could drive a truck through. I want to hear from you. Does the timing feel like a coincidence to you? Are you being played? Are we being played? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you find these deep dives helpful. Stay safe, do your research, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Tucson, but that ultimately ended up being a dead end. That man was released, but investigators are still optimistic about these new images that have come out, these 3 new videos, these 6 new photographs. They believe that they're giving identifiable markers for the public. Do you recognize a man with that very distinguishable jacket with that zipper? Do you recognize a man with that sort of gait? They believe that could lead to even more tips and hopefully catalyze this investigation.